Time now for What's Hot. We talk about stories that have all of us talking.
We're joined by professional spokesperson Ramon Candelaria and Tracy Johnson of the Commercial Association of Realtors. A credit card that gives cash for good grades. Discover recently announced a $20 cashback bonus for college students who get at least a 3.0 GPA for every year they're enrolled in school. The program can be a nice perk, but only if the credit card is used responsibly. What do you guys think? Is this a good idea?
Well, $20 a year, let's see, for cash back, for good grades, and think about the work that you have to go through to do this. I don't know, I'm a loyal Discover card carrier, but I think this sounds a little fishy, and I think it's just a ploy. I think it's a little predatory, to be honest with you, because you look at, are kids ready to have a credit card at that age? The only reason you get a credit card is you can't afford something. You don't have the money in your pocket right now. And I get that this is a way to establish credit, but I think it's a little fishy, and I don't like it.
I think you make some really good points. I think, though, anything that could promote some positive education and really inspire people to do better with education, I think that's a great thing. But the key is to be responsible, like you said. And it could attract you, but you got to make sure you read the fine lines. And those little prints are really hard to read. So take the time to read that. But you know, I love anybody that's really trying to promote positive education and reward it, because truly, if you do well in school and you get a great education, there's a positive reward after.
All right, so take yourself back to that age. I mean, would you be jumping on this credit card?
Cha-ching!
I actually did, right?
Charge it!
And I was thinking about this. I was talking about this on the way over here. My first experience actually with a checking account went horribly wrong. And I was thinking about that. My dad fortunately bailed me out, but there was no 21% interest rate. So so it was a little bit different. I think they should invest that $20 a year in some sort of advocacy campaign to alert people and to educate people on how to use a credit card, because at the end of the day, this is going to be a huge part of your future. So
well, you make a good point, right? You make a good point. I think education teaches us what to think, but how to think is just as important of what to think. And I think this could be a learning opportunity for everyone to not just inspire people to get a credit card, but teach people how to pay attention to details and use it responsibly.
I think my first credit card was a Sears card. How lame is that?
That's super lame, Charles.
Don't ever tell
me that again. Sears has some nice products.
Don't ever say that again.
Right.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Coming up, we're going to reveal the viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Jesse Ritka is back with another look at your forecast. Now more of What's Hot and our viewer's choice topic of the day.
Again, we're joined by Ramon Candelaria and Tracy Johnson. All right, here it is. Today's viewer's choice topic. We Energies is asking the state to block other utilities from building new plants. According to the Journal Sentinel, the Milwaukee utility says state regulators should reject $1.2 billion in spending by the two other utilities to build new plants. Your thoughts on this?
Well, We Energies really built up a lot of the plants, the natural gas plants in the early 90s to respond to increasing demand. And now what we're seeing is that the utility isn't really there. And so there really isn't that much more demand. In this regulated industry, though, you've got a lot of people questioning, when they want a rate hike, when you've got new plants that people want to build. So I think that consumers are really wary. Now, should the state block this? I think We Energy's solution is to say, hey, we've got extra inventory. We'll sell it to you, and you don't need to build these extra plants. I think that's dangerous for the future, because I think you do want competition in the marketplace. And so I think that they shouldn't block it. I think they should allow Alliant to do it. And, we'll see the rates that we're going to see.
I think that, competition is always healthy for the consumer, and keeping prices at a certain level. That's always healthy. One of the things I look at as well is, here's something that you have to have. And so, what is the impact and what is the giving back to the community? And from my experience, We Energies has a good track record in helping the community in different areas. And I think that's part of the discussion, and how, they've been around for a long time, and how that helps the consumer. So in addition to what you said, I think there's some things to consider.
Well, and they even said that the consumers, the current consumers, would see a rate decrease. Now, I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Everything has to go through the PSC, and I don't know. So this is a really complicated issue. I think at the end of the day, Alliant Energy is going to be able to build their plant, and I think we're going to see, the marketplace and competition prevail.
There's so much regulation.
Go ahead. I just hope that they incorporate some kind of community conversation, because it does impact the consumer. It does impact everyday people.
All right, we'll leave it at that and move on to our lightning round.
A restaurant in Malaysia going Wi-Fi free. The restaurant owner posted this on its menu. We do not have Wi-Fi. While you're at Antonio's, enjoy the simple pleasure of a good conversation. Talk, laugh, eat, enjoy. Should other places follow suit?
My answer to that is I'll just get on my 3G network. I'm not doing without my
Come
phone.
on.
I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side. I think there's just some places where you don't need to be on that whatsoever, and the shower is one of them, and that's another place. A place where you sit down and eat and become present, spend time with those that you love, and if that's yourself, spend some time with yourself for that half hour or 20 minutes. So I'm on board with that menu.
That's become such a lost art, though. Going out to lunch, I mean, even with your spouse, even with your family.
I know.
mean, we're
Sometimes
so
my
connected.
mom has to tell me, put down your phone.
Exactly, or by yourself. You
Yeah.
know, become present, stay present for a little bit.
But Tracy, I hear you on that. I think I'd still be searching.
Come on, Tracy, could you give it up for like 20 minutes,
No.
30?
There are golf courses that don't allow you to bring out your phone, and I know it's probably bad etiquette, but it drives me crazy.
You don't golf at those places.
I don't golf at those places.
It is amazing, though, the sign of the times that we sort of expect that. And sometimes you walk into these coffee shops or these places and everybody's by themselves.
Everybody.
On their phone.
You know, you're in restaurants and you see
They're
the
with
kids
the
on their
world.
phone and the parents not talking to each other. That's
Yeah,
not
because
cool.
if I'm going out and lunch and I see Ramon, I'm going to go over and have a conversation with him.
Exactly.
That's
Same
right.
here, Charles, always.
All right, thanks. You can read more about what's hot and those topics online at tmj4.com.